I've always said from day one, even before they were due to fight, I said...
But you put me on the spot now.
Such a tough fight to call. You know when you just think someone can't be beaten? And that's the way I feel about it.
It's a brilliant fight. Can't wait to watch it.
I honestly believe that Tyson, after 15 years, those three tremendous fights he had, brutal fights he had with Wilder, may now be catching up with him, and I think he may well be in decline. But on paper, no man who is 6 inches taller and probably 5 stone heavier than his opponent should lose. It's beyond logic. It's the old cliche, good biggins beat good littlins.
Fury and Usyk. I didn't think that fight was going to happen. It's happening. So, styles make fights, man. I think that this is going to be a hell of a fight. Me personally, I don't think it's an upset if either guy wins. I think that's a 50-50 fight.
Such a tough fight to call. You know when you just think someone can't be beaten? And that's the way I feel about Oleksandr Usyk. Because I think he's so special. Where with Fury, I mean, question marks about punch resistance, question marks about the legs slowing down, question marks about a lot of things. Mentally, where is he?
Is he on the slide?
He's on the slide, but the slide, the top of the slide was so high, so he's inevitably on the slide, right? It's like Crawford's on the slide because his slide was so high. So he's on the slide, it's just how far has he slid down? And if he slid down a lot, then obviously Oleksandr Usyk gets the job done. If he's still kind of where he was second Wilder fight, then Fury could get the job done. But I will flip-flop until May 18th, until they're in the ring, until the referee says ding ding round 1. I will flip.
I think Usyk's a lot better fighter at range than up close, but I do think Fury with his reach, he's got like the longest reach in boxing history or something crazy like that, has long arms on him. He can outbox him at reach. Fury's really good, really mobile, so I think Fury can do it at range, and when it gets close I think he can lean on him, he can use his size, use his weight. I think Fury's a big favourite in that fight, but he's got to be switched on, because I do think Oleksandr Usyk's a class act. I think he can fight. He's done it at every level, from Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight champion, and now he's unified heavyweight champion. So I'm not saying by any means it's an easy fight, but I think my money would be on Fury, just the better big man beating the better little man.
As Usyk proved against Joshua, size is only one factor in boxing, and it's not the decisive factor in certain matchups. The same things that Usyk did to disrupt and ultimately defeat Anthony Joshua, he could do those same things against Fury. Fury's going to have to be buttoned down, serious, fighting as well as he can possibly fight. He's going to have to be the same Tyson Fury who fought Deontay Wilder in their second fight. If that person shows up, then Fury's got a chance to beat Usyk. If not, I think Usyk decisions him the same way he decisioned Joshua.
I've always said from day one, even before they were due to fight, I said if Tyson Fury ever met Usyk, there's only one winner, as I see. But it is a boxing match, Tyson has to bring his A game on the night. Tyson has to be in the best shape of his life, because he's in front of a very tricky opponent. His rhythm is hard to contain, Usyk's rhythm, that is, okay? But I still say that if Tyson, that we all know, brings his A game, there's only going to be one winner in that fight, and that's Tyson Fury.
I just think that these type of fights have always generally brought out the best in Tyson Fury, and the size things can't be not an issue. I think Tyson Fury's a lot sort of better in the pocket and dogging a fight out than people give him credit for, and I think people doubting him is always going to bring the best out in Tyson Fury.
But you put me on the spot now, because I've always said that Fury and Fury well. I've always said that Fury beats him well. Too big, too strong, and too good in a way. Listen, Usyk's a phenomenal fighter. After that Ngannou performance, I'm not sure now, and I don't mean any disrespect to Fury. I love Fury. I love Usyk. I always fancied Fury well and easy. At the moment, if Fury's last performance against Ngannou is a sign of him deteriorating or aging, or maybe being a little bit past his best, then he's got problems with Usyk. Again, no disrespect to him. If he hasn't, and he's still the Fury that beat Wilder and that even beat Klitschko all that time ago, then I think Fury wins. But it's so hard to judge because it was an MMA fighter, if you know what I mean. I can't like look at his last fight and say, well, that's definitely him. He had a bad night against a strong man and not a good boxer in Ngannou. But was that signs of frailty or age, or was it just signs of having an off night against someone who's really unorthodox and unpredictable and just playing it safe? One thing's for sure, we'll find out, but one thing is for sure, Usyk will be 100% and he'll be on it, and he's unbelievable and mentally so strong, physically very, very good, ability unbelievable. It's a tough one now for me, but I think that's my explanation anyway. If Fury's still got it, I think it's Fury. If not, you can't see past Usyk.
Listen, I'm Tyson's one of his biggest fans, so I think that's pushing it a bit. I think when he didn't train, you saw what happened with Ngannou. I think if he trains, it's his fight to lose, and I think he should beat Usyk.
It will be a good fight. I think it'll be. Usyk's a very good fighter. You can't take anything away from that fella. He's what his achievements are, what he's done. He's a good fighter, and this is a 50-50 matchup. But what's that old saying? The good big un should always beat the good little. And if Tyson's on his A game, I think he should get the job done. But he needs to be on his A game +1 to do it. But can he do it? He can definitely do it.
Great fight. I picked Tyson Fury to win. He's trained by my good friend Sugar Stewart, and I just feel that Tyson, when he's on point, is as close to unbeatable as could be. And he's a good big guy, and Usyk is a good little guy, and a good big guy beats a good little guy.
I gotta go with Fury because his size, and he's very good at using his size to his advantage.
I think, well, you would have always have made him a favourite in that fight, but less so after that performance. You have to bring Usyk back into it again. So it's a very much an even money fight, and if he fights like that, like he fought against Francis Ngannou, Usyk beats him. So it's a really interesting fight, and there'll be a lot of money on that fight.
I think it's a really good fight. Usually a really good big man beats a really good little man, but we'll see, because Usyk is a different kind of little man, like I was. So you never know. And if he gets the explosiveness behind his punches, he can do anything. But Tyson Fury is definitely a very hard tree to climb.
I do feel like Usyk needs to be aggressive in the fight, because if it's a fencing competition, we've seen time and time again, that's Fury's cup of tea. Although I do think his reactions have probably slowed a little bit since certainly the Klitschko fights. But if I'm Usyk, I'm aggressive, I'm in and out, I'm putting the pressure on. I don't think Usyk can hurt Fury, in all honesty. But I think if he's active enough, he could outwork him. But it's a brilliant fight. Can't wait to watch it.